Y'all, I look a mess. But I want to give y'all this quick story time. I literally just experienced this. I was sitting in my car in my parking garage talking to my friend, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a story time about this because I'm not trying to expose anybody. I'm not going to say his name, but I think I should just raise awareness for all the single women that's in Nashville that are dating, because I think it's very important that when we're dealing with men that we spend enough time getting to know them before we actually physically allow them in our homes, before we spend time with them, before we give them really any real attention. I've never in my life, I am 31 years old, never in my life experienced anything like this, and I just got to tell y'all what's going on. So let's start from the beginning. Met this guy, right? Really cool. I'm not gonna say his name. I am gonna say what organization he's with. He is a Q. I had met him. We started vibing. Real cool. Real cool. When I first met him, I didn't really have any intentions on like dating him. But as time progressed, I was like, okay, I'm starting to like him. So eventually we started dating, going on dates. He started coming over. We ended up getting really close, like sleeping on the phone. If we not together, like spending the night together, we're sleeping on the phone together. Really had high expectations for him. When I tell you, he was like the perfect gentleman at first. Honestly, in my book, he was doing everything right. There was one red flag that I had with him when we first, I believe it was like the first week of me talking to him. We were talking about like people that we've dated in the past, and he was talking about girls that he had dealt with, and he literally read a text message to me verbatim of him and this girl that he was dating, and they had an argument, and he was like calling her all type of bitches and hoes, and she was calling him all type of bitches. And I was thinking to myself as he was reading the text messages to me, I was like, wow, he's really sassy. I was like, okay, I think I'm a friend zone him because I don't like the way he's talking to this girl. So that was my thought as he was like reading the messages to me. But as time progressed and I started to get to know him, I was like, okay, he's actually a really good man. And so we eventually became a couple. Very short-lived, but we ended up becoming a couple. We got intimate once we became a couple, and he started to change. He just to name a few things, he was very insecure in my opinion. He would get so mad when I would go out with my friends. He was like, you go out too much, you go out every weekend. What else he said? He would get so mad when I would post pictures. He said that I was seeking attention by posting pictures on my Instagram and posting pictures on my stories. Just very controlling, and it came off as insecure in my opinion. I've never dealt with a man that got mad about me going out. Never dealt with a man who got mad and upset with me about posting pictures. But him, it cut out. So it wasn't like a simple, oh, I don't like you posting pictures, I don't like you going out. He would get real upset to the point where he's yelling at me and talking to me crazy. And I would be like, you know, you really don't know how to talk to people. You don't know how to communicate effectively. He'll get mad when I say that. His tone used to be so crazy. And when he would talk to me crazy, I used to be like, Tone. And he would get mad because I'd be like, Tone. He'd be like, you think I'm some fucking child or something? You talk to me like I'm a child? And I'm like, no, you just need to watch your tone when you're talking to me. Mind you, I never cussed this man out. I never talked to him crazy. And people that know me from the past, because I'm a changed woman, you know I can take it there. I never disrespected this man. I had so much respect for him. And he just changed, like the gentleman that he was. I'm talking about, this man would not let me. Okay, y'all, this is part 2. I think I left off talking about how terrible of a communicator he was. And I want to say this, like, the bad things that I started to notice, he wasn't like that all the time. I just noticed that whenever I would like express how I feel about something that he was doing that I didn't like, he would like flip the script and just like go off about it. But other than that, he was like the perfect gentleman. Like, he was the type of person, he would like randomly send me money, randomly tell me that he loves me. Like, he was super, super affectionate. When we would go on dates, or not even just dates, like if I'm walking to the car, he'll make sure he, you know, grab the door for me. Just simple things like that. We're going on a date. And he's waiting for me to come down. He's standing outside the door, the passenger door, so he can open the door when I get to the car. So I really love those things about him. And I'm just saying, he wasn't terrible the entire time. And I feel like everybody, like, we're human, right? Everybody has like red flags. Everybody makes mistakes. So I feel like I did extend a lot of grace to him. So let's fast forward to Sunday. So Sunday, my friend, she wanted to go to this rooftop day party, and I told her that I'll go with her. He stayed the night at my house the prior night, and he got up and went to church that morning. And then when he left for church, I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go out to this rooftop with so-and-so. And so, the fuck out. Mind you, this man is in church texting me, going off on me, and then he broke up with me. I will say, when he broke up with me, my feelings was hurt. I was crying that entire, matter of fact, I was at the fucking rooftop party crying, because I really did feel like it was my fault, which he made me feel like it was all my fault and I was doing something wrong. And so my feelings was hurt. And when we broke up, he was like, I just hope we can still be friends. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can still be friends, because aside from like the relationship, we had a really, really good friendship. Like, I feel like our personalities just went well together when he was sane, when he was calm. Like, we were like this. And so I was like, okay, maybe we're not meant to be together, so we can be friends. I was totally fine with it. Okay, so it cut off. So yeah, I was totally fine with just being friends with him. And I think in his mind, when he said friends, he wanted to be my friend without the commitment of like being faithful, but with the benefit of still having sex. And I wasn't on that. Like, if we're friends, we're just going to be friends. Like, you my dog. Like, you can hit me up. We can talk on the phone. You can tell me your relationship problems. We can hang out, but it's no intimacy with that. Like, we're not going to be laid up. We're not going to be kissing. We're not going to be having sex. We're not going to do none of that. So the first 2 days was cool. He would call, still call me, get on the phone, flirt. I'll be like, that's not what friends do. He'll say little things, still call me baby. I'm like, I'm your friend, not baby. I'm your friend, not baby. And then he ended up cooking. Was that Monday night? Or no, Tuesday night. What was yesterday? Today is Thursday. So Tuesday night, he ended up cooking. And he asked me if I wanted a plate. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not going to come get it tonight. I'll come tomorrow. So tomorrow came, which was a Wednesday. And I was like, okay, I'll come get a plate. He was like, okay, just let me know. And so I told him when I was on the way. And so, mind you, prior to that, we were on the phone. I went for a walk and we were on FaceTime, and he was doing what he normally do, flirt, which he told me when I was like, okay, we're just friends, the flirting has to stop. And he was like, no, I'm going to always flirt with you. You're always going to be mine. We have this soul tie. He keeps talking about this soul tie. And I don't understand that. And so when we were walking, he kept flirting with me. He was like, you gonna come over and sit on my face? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm going to come over and get some food. And so also, when we were walking, this just goes back to how controlling and psychotic he is. When I was walking, a homeless guy stopped me and he asked me if I had any change. And I was like, no, I don't have any money on me. And so the homeless guy, he was like trying to continue the conversation. This man, mind you, he's on FaceTime. I don't have any headphones or anything, so he's on speaker. He was like, damn, nigga, you heard what she said? She ain't got no money. Keep it moving. When he did that, I was like, okay, he has anger issues. Like, something is really wrong. And I was like, why would you say that to that man? He was like, cuz, why he keep asking you the same question? Let that go. So I ended up going over his house. He asked me when I got there, he was like, so, when I got to his house, he was like, so do you want the food to go or do you want to eat it here? And I was like, I'll just take it to go. Mind you, when I came over there, I'm thinking I'm just gonna, get the food and, chill for a little minute, talk or whatever. So I told him that I wanted the food to go. And so we ended up going to his room, watching TV. He put it on ATL. We was watching a movie. So then I'm sitting on his bed. He's behind me laying down. I'm thinking he just on his phone, watching a movie, we just chilling. This man grabs me and starts kissing me, and I did this. And I was like, stop. I was like, we're friends. We're not doing it. He was like, no, you know you want it. And he grabbed me again and started kissing me again. And he was like, let me put my tongue in your mouth. And I was like, no. And I kept like stopping the kisses. And so then I leaned back up. Watching ATL. He grabs me by my braids, yanks me back, and started kissing me again. And he was like, let me eat it. And I was like, no. I was like, we're friends. We're not doing this. And I sat back up and I was like, you know what? That was the issue in our relationship. I was like, we never really established any boundaries. We never set any expectations. So a lot of times you expected me to just read your mind and know what you required. And so he stopped me as I was saying that. He was like, I didn't tell you to come over here so we can talk about the fucking past. I don't want to talk about that. So when he said that to me, I started gathering my stuff. Because who are you talking to? So I started gathering my stuff and I was about to head out. And he was like, no, just stop. He was like, we can talk about it because you're about to start crying. And I was like, okay, like I was saying, we didn't establish any real going to be friends. Let's talk about that. What are the rules? I was like, because if I'm just going to be your friends, there's no sex involved. And so he was like, I love you. I'll always love you. We have this soul tie. Like, you're forever going to be mine. But honestly, I just don't feel like a relationship is right because we're two different people. I don't see myself marrying you because you're just way too soft. Like, I've never dealt with anybody as soft as you. Like, you just too soft. You too soft. He was like, I tried to step outside my comfort zone when I approached you, when I was talking to you, but you just different. You just way too soft. And I'm thinking in my head, well, damn, what type of person do you want? You go fuck with a nigga then. Like, you want what? I just didn't understand that. And so I was like, okay, so when he was like, you're just too soft, I was like, so maybe what you should do is go back to what you're used to. I was like, clearly you're used to rough bitches. And I was like, mind you, we had already had a discussion prior, before we even got together, about our past relationships. And he told me what type of women he's used to. And so I was like, you're used to this type of woman and that'll never be me. Like, I am too soft. I am super feminine. I'm super girly. I'm emotional. Like, you have to be gentle with me. I like a man who is manly, who's masculine, but also knows how to be gentle with me. With him, the word gentle does not exist in his mind. He does not know how to be gentle. And so he was like, I just feel like we'll never get past, like, he basically was saying we'll never, like, he told me that he was dating to marry, but he was like, he feel like I'm not the person that he wants to marry. So when he said it like that, I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, we just friends anyways. I accepted the friendship, but what he wants is a friendship, but me to still like give my body away to him, and I'm not doing it. And so when he said that, I was like, okay, it just clicked in my mind. I was like, okay, this man, he wants more than a friendship, but he doesn't want like the commitment. He doesn't want like a relationship. He just wants somebody that he can sleep with. And so I had said to him, I was like, yeah, you should just go talk to, you know, what you're used to. That triggered him. And he goes, I can get any bitch I want. I got a phone full of bitches right now. I got a phone full of bitches right now. I can hit anybody up. I can go fuck the bitch upstairs. And I'm like, okay, you go do that then. Like, how did this conversation, me talking to him calmly, turn into I can go fuck any bitch I want? That's why I say he's so insecure, because he take things so personal. And when he started doing that, I was like, you know what? I said, I don't mean no harm when I say this. I was like, I'm not trying to speak negativity over your life, but I said, you will forever be single with an attitude like that. When I tell y'all that triggered him. Okay, part 4. So I think I told y'all a bit of the story before. It was my very first story time. When I went over his house, he was basically upset because I didn't want to have sex with him, and he put his hands on me. So he basically was trying to not necessarily force himself on me. I'm not gonna use that word, but he kept like trying to have sex, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do it. So he got upset. He started to talk about all these bitches he got. We had a little back and forth. And so then he was like, just leave, just get the fuck out, yelling at me, telling me to get out. So I was like, okay, mind you, I'm gathering my stuff and walking out the door to the living room. It's completely dark. So when I get to the living room, I originally came over his house for food. He thought I was coming over for food and to fuck, and that was not the case. And so I'm gathering my stuff, walking out into the living room. It's dark. I'm asking him, can you turn the light on? No, get the fuck out. Mind you, my water bottle was in there and my food was in there. And so I'm walking towards the kitchen counter trying to get the food in the water bottle, but I can't really see. Y'all cannot see without my glasses. Definitely cannot see in the dark. So I'm looking for the water bottle and the food. I grab the food first. He snatches it out my hand. I can get this to another house. Nah, you ain't getting shit. And going the fuck off. And I'm still trying to find my water bottle so I can get the fuck out. And I'm also trying to calm him down. I'm like, it's not that serious. Like, calm down. He's going the fuck off. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna call security. So I'm like, call him. So he grabs his phone like he's calling security. I'm still looking for the water bottle. He still hasn't turned the light on. So then okay, y'all, it cut out and I gotta hurry up because me and my girls are going out. But like I said, this is going to be a very, very long series. I'm just telling y'all one part of the craziness that went down. Okay, so he said he was gonna call security. I said, okay, called him. And he was like, you know what, fuck that. He charges towards me and grabs me and tries to drag me out the door. And I was like, stop. Like, something clicked in his brain to like stop, and he stopped. And so I walked out the door, y'all. As I'm walking to my car, this man sent me a long ass text message. And matter of fact, I think I still got it. Y'all, crazy shit. I think I sent it to my friend. But I don't delete anything. I don't. Where is... Let me just type in, because he said I was a waste of time. Maybe it'll pop up. Yup. No. Yup. It's right here. Okay, so this is what it's right here. Okay, so this is what he sends me as I'm walking to my car. Hey, love, you a waste he said waste and time, but he meant waste of time and energy. I don't want shit to do with you. To hell with you. You said exactly what I need to say. Now I don't feel bad about none of my actions, because as I was walking out the door, I called him a bitch, because that's some bitch shit that you was doing. So he said, you said exactly what I needed you to say. Now I don't feel bad about none of my actions. So thank you. When you see me, please don't speak. It's for sure bad blood. I might call you a bitch depending on how I feel, since you just opened that door up using that word. Don't bother replying back. You will be blocked on my phone, both numbers, and all social media platforms. Have a good one, Brody. You will be blocked by the time you finish reading this. So he sent me this, y'all. This was on... Damn, what day was this? This was on July 8th. And so he ended up texting me on July 11th. This is how crazy he is. He said all of this stuff, said he was going to block me, and he unblocked me. Mind you, he does this pattern of blocking me and then unblocking me. And the last time, like, we officially was like, we're done fucking with each other, he had blocked me, but then he unblocked me. And I only noticed that he unblocked me because I was trying to send somebody something. He was the first thing that popped up when I tried to share like a reel to someone. He was the first one that popped up, and I was like, why is he popping up if he got me blocked? So I went on his page and I saw that he was unblocked. Mind you, I wasn't feeling no type of way. So I looked at his story. I saw he posted a picture. I liked the picture. He blocked me because I liked his picture. And he texted me and told me that that's why he blocked me, because I had liked his picture. He's so fucking childish, y'all. So petty. He acts like a fucking female. Like, I've never in my life met anyone that acts like him. It's very, very psychotic. And I have so many more stories. It cut out again, but like I said, I gotta hurry up and go because my friend, she's waiting on me. But I'm gonna record more videos tomorrow, and I'm going to put them up throughout the week. This is going to be a very, very long series, because it was such a short amount of time that from the time we met to all of this shit that happened, but so much has went down since then, and it makes for a great story.